Imagine handing your grandparents a crisp $100 bill back in 1980. They could take that cash, buy a whole week's worth of groceries, completely fill up their gas tank, and actually walk away with plenty of change jingling in their pockets. Welcome to This Explainer. Today we're diving into a real mystery. We're going to look closely at what economists call the silent thief and figure out exactly how it quietly drains your bank account without you ever noticing a single dime gone. Okay, let's just look at this stark contrast for a second. On one side, we've got that 1980s scenario: groceries, gas, and change to spare. On the other side, we've got that exact same $100 bill today. What does it actually get you? I mean, it barely covers a few bags of food now. Your shopping cart definitely didn't get bigger, but the money it takes to fill it sure did. So where in the world did that money go? Let's meet the silent thief. Now, what's wild about this missing money is that it wasn't snatched by some pickpocket on the street. It was taken by something way quieter. Look, we all notice things getting pricier as the years roll by, right? But very few of us actually get the mechanics behind it. Economists call this inflation. It's just the general increase in the prices of goods and services over time. And it's so important to get this. Inflation doesn't literally take physical bills out of your checking account. Instead, it works invisibly. It just makes every single dollar you hold by slightly less than it did yesterday. Let's put some real numbers to this. Think back to the year 2000. You walk up to a movie theater, check the board, and a ticket is, maybe $5.39? Today, you go to that exact same theater for the exact same experience, and you're shelling out anywhere from $12 to $18. Just think about that for a second. Did the movie somehow get twice as good? Is the popcorn magical now? No way. The price just went up because of inflation. So, the crucial takeaway here is that you are experiencing a loss of purchasing power. Purchasing power just means the actual physical strength of your money. It's how many goods and services your cash can actually buy you at any given time. Your money didn't physically vanish, but its strength, its muscle, that's what is fading away. And this right here brilliantly shows what that looks like in everyday life. Imagine last year you took a $20 bill to your favorite local spot. That 20 got you a pizza, a drink, and a sweet dessert. Awesome. Fast forward to this year. You take that exact same 20 to the exact same spot, but this time you just get the pizza and the drink. The dessert is off the table. It's still a $20 bill, right? But its buying power, completely stolen. To really lock this in, think of your money like a water bottle. Imagine someone sneaks up and secretly takes a tiny sip from it every single year. Because the bottle still kind of looks full from the outside, you probably won't even notice at first. But over time, there is noticeably less and less water inside. Your bank account acts the exact same way. The screen might boldly say you have $1,000, but year after year, that $1,000 brings home fewer groceries and a lot less gas. So, why do prices keep rising? Seriously, why can't things just stay the same price? Well, prices generally go up for three main reasons. First, demand increases. Imagine a school cafeteria that only has 100 burgers, but there are 300 starving students. It's like concert tickets. When everyone wants the exact same thing, the seller can just charge more. Second, costs go up. If a coffee shop has to pay more for their beans, their electricity, or their baristas, they are passing those costs straight to you. Your morning latte is pricier simply because the ingredients are. And third, there's just too much money floating around. Imagine 10 kids bidding on one single bicycle. Now imagine the government suddenly hands every kid a free $1,000. The seller knows they have cash, so that bike is not staying the same price. More money chasing the same number of products means prices naturally go up. Now, let's talk about the illusion of safety. You know, you might feel totally secure right now because you just got a bump in pay at work. Or maybe you've got extra cash sitting securely in a savings account. But think of inflation like running on a treadmill. If you're walking at a nice, comfortable 3 miles per hour, but the treadmill suddenly speeds up to 5, what happens? If you don't speed up your own pace, you're literally going to fall off. Money works the exact same way. If your income or your savings aren't growing as fast as inflation is running, you're effectively getting poorer, even if you're working just as hard. Let's see how this actually hits a paycheck. We've got 3 friends here: Emma, Lucas, and Olivia. They're all dealing with a 4% inflation rate. Now, Emma gets a 2% raise. Technically, her paycheck is bigger, but because prices went up by 4%, she actually took a real pay cut. She's losing purchasing power. Then there's Lucas. He gets a 4% raise, which perfectly matches inflation. His purchasing power stays exactly the same. He's just maintaining his pace on the treadmill. But Olivia, she gets a 7% raise. Her income actually outpaces the 4% inflation line, which means her purchasing power genuinely goes up. So the magic number isn't just the raise you got, it's your raise compared to inflation. And this exact same trap catches your savings too. Take a look at Sarah and Michael. They both start out with 20 grand. Sarah thinks she's playing it super safe by hiding her cash under a mattress. But if inflation averages 3% a year, she is silently losing 3% of her purchasing power every single year. Michael, on the other hand, invests his 20 grand and earns an 8% return. Because Michael's return beats that 3% inflation rate, his wealth is actually growing faster than the silent thief can steal it. Keeping all your money in cash might protect the physical bills, but it leaves your actual purchasing power totally exposed. Now, here is a twist. Inflation actually has a really weird effect on debt. If you've borrowed money at a fixed interest rate, inflation can actually make your future payments easier. Why? Because as time goes on, you're paying back that loan with dollars that are worth less than when you originally borrowed them. The real value of that debt technically shrinks. But, and this is a massive but, you still have to avoid high-interest credit cards at all costs. High-interest debt grows so unbelievably fast that it will completely outpace both your income and inflation. It is incredibly dangerous over time. All right, so how do we go about protecting your financial future? We've unmasked the silent thief. We know how it drains our purchasing power, and we've shattered those illusions of safety. So how do you actually fight back? Look, you can't control inflation, but you can absolutely make choices that blunt its impact. To defend your wealth, you've got to take 3 practical steps. First, increase your value. Go out and develop new skills that make you more employable so your income can naturally outpace inflation. Second, think long-term. Look into long-term diversified investments. Historically, those have often beaten inflation and protected wealth from eroding. And third, watch your debt. Strictly avoid that unnecessary high-interest debt that grows faster than your paycheck. Honestly, our whole explainer today boils down to this one idea. The goal isn't to fear inflation, it's to recognize it and build habits that protect your future. Inflation is a massive force in your financial life, specifically because it happens so slowly. But hey, now you know exactly what to look for. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one final question to really chew on. Take a hard look at your checking account, your savings, your wages, and even your last grocery receipt. Ask yourself honestly, is your money right now growing faster than inflation, or is the silent thief quietly at work in your financial life? It's time to take control, protect your purchasing power, and start outrunning that treadmill. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll catch you next time.